Leaving Hanoi, getting ready to take our domestic flight to Hue. Even getting on a flight, more steps. If you're over 6 feet on a Vietnamese airline, it's going to be pretty tight. Headed to Hue in the Serene Hotel, which was a fantastic hotel to stay in. I'm in the Serene Hotel. They have notified me that the room will be upgraded because I'm staying here 3 nights. And they've offered a welcome drink and food. Fruit and welcome drinks. I'm not sure what this fruit is. It's got little tiny seeds. It's sweet but also very bitter. It's pretty interesting. Into my room. It's been upgraded due to the time I'm staying here. Let's see how it is. Okay, there's the bathroom. That's good. Something that might be adopted in America that would be helpful. The previous one that I saw on the ship said disinfected by Lysol. This is the room. Has a computer to use, television already going, Lord of the Rings action, complimentary items, and a balcony. And this is my first hotel in Hue. Coming back into the room to give you a view of a different angle. And the safe and refrigerator, small refrigerator are in there. And looks like they even give you a complimentary umbrella to use during your stay here. I have not seen that yet. This is awesome. After checking into a new hotel, I frequently use maps to help find local restaurants within walking distance. Just a few blocks over from the Serene Hotel was an Indian restaurant with food that was so good, I wish I had it right now. If you don't want to walk and you want to see how far out you can get, you can also use a transfer service called Grab. It's similar to Uber, however, Vietnam no longer uses Uber in their country. Perhaps in the future, and I believe they have in the past, but currently Grab is the way to go. This morning we're headed out for a ride on a dragon boat, but first, breakfast. Chicken pho in the morning. Breakfast at Serene Palace. Let's get down to those dragon boats. Dragon boat. Hello.
Yes, the children, they scan about the dragon boats so they don't get to attack the boat and we are safe. So it's very common in the countryside. People in the houses are Vietnamese, they plant the cactus to make the fence or in from the gate for protection, just in mentality. water. From the cinnamon lemongrass that it made the river smell nice. That's what local people they name it, but the river is like a perfume river.
And a dragon boat.
It's like a 31 kilometers long from mountains to the ocean. So the ocean just from here about 15 kilometers. Quite close. And sometimes you can see some small fish boats. Some like the sand boats. They explore the sands from the river to build houses. And water buffaloes on the river bank. Be careful.
The Heaven Lady Pagoda.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like to sit here and to tell you information. Khách đẹp đó, khỏi ké nhiều boy. Alright, so you guys, now I tell you information, huh? You know, long time ago we cared very much about the feng shui. The perfect feng shui is leaning against the mountains and facing to the water, river or the ocean. And we think if your houses get the perfect feng shui, you will get the richness and the family members, they are always in the good health. And you guys, now we are on the small hill in Kim Long village. And long time ago, Kim Long village here, it was very famous for the beautiful girls, you know. And we have a poem about this area. And now I tell you in Vietnamese and then translate into English for you to understand more. So Kim Long có gái mỹ miều, trầm thương, trầm nhớ, trầm liều, trầm đi means there were many beautiful girls in Kim Long. So the emperor, he didn't care anything to go out, of course secretly, to pursue and to get some to be concubines. You know, we don't know why, but maybe because in this area there's a Heaven Lady Pagoda. So it received the Holy Spirit from heaven and the ground, good for the area here. And this is the oldest pagoda in the center and the south of Vietnam from 1601. And in 1601, local people in this area, they told each other that every night on this small hill, there was a Heaven Lady appeared on the hill to tell the local people that there would have a good Lord would come here to build a pagoda for the country's prosperity and stability. So on hearing that, the first king of the Mu kingdom, he came here and he was very happy because of politics. And he told the local people that I'm that good Lord from the Heaven Lady. And I come here just to build a pagoda for the country's prosperity and stability. So that's why local people at that time, they helped him to make the country was so rich and very powerful. So that's why nowadays we have the Heaven Lady Pagoda to visit from 1601. Guys. And when we say the pagoda, we mean all of the monuments in the area here, not only single monument. So in front of you, we call that the Phượng Duyên Tower. And it's like a birthday gift from the emperor offered to the grandmother in 1844. And it's like a 21 meters tall. There are 7 stories because number 7 is very meaningful in Buddhism. When the Buddha was born, he stepped the 7 steps. 7 steps like a 7 lotus. There's a ladder from the bottom to the top. And in each floor, there's a Buddha statue. On the top, there's a gold Buddha statue. So that's why we could not go inside it. And you know, in Vietnam, there are 4 holy animals. So what animals do you think? 4 holy animals.
I don't know.
The first one is a dragon, symbol of the power of the emperor, and emperor was like a son of the heaven. The second one is a phoenix, symbol for richness of the female, like a princesses, empress mother, empress grandmother. Number 3 is a giant turtle, symbol for longevity and education. And the last one is a unicorn. I know in other countries, unicorn is like a horse with a horn, right? And little girls love unicorns. But Vietnamese unicorn is totally different. It's like a mixture, basically between two animals. The dragon head, very powerful, and body of the dog. Very loyal animals help the owners take care of the houses, symbol of power and loyalty of the civil and military servants. They are like ministers nowadays, but before they help the emperor to do business, so we call them civil military servants. Okay, over there you can see like one of the 4 holy animals. Okay, let's have a look. So you can see like a giant turtle. And you know, some students, before they take an examination, they come here to touch the head of the turtle to get good luck on the test. Symbol for longevity and education, long life and wisdom. Yes.
After that information, of course I touched it.
In front of you we call that's a great bell. It's very heavy, 3,285 kilograms and 2.5 meters tall. And it's cast by bronze in this city in 1710. And every day at 3:30 a.m., 70 monks living inside here wake up and ring the great bell. And we think the sounds of the great bell will bring good things from the pagoda here to the people in this area. So that's why every day at 3:30 a.m. 70 monks, 70, wake up, ring the great bell.
The 3-door gate. Women go to the right, men to the left. Royals go through the center. That is the old way. Of course, you can go in any way now. And this is the only area that has 12 guardians in Vietnam.
It was built by the king, so it has a royal architecture. Royal architecture means like all the important monuments, they are on an axis, and you can see it's very symmetrical.
Here are more guardians, 3 of the 12. There are 4 on the 3-door gate, and there's 3 others across. And there are more. Bonsai trees. Each monk in this pagoda takes care of 1 tree.
And there's a car, a British car, Austin. The car of the monk in the south of Vietnam in 1963. The government in the south of Vietnam was under the control of Americans, and they forbidden the people to follow Buddhism. Because Buddhists at that time, they helped the Viet Cong and Ho Chi Minh soldiers from north a lot. So you can see the monks, they saved all of the hair. Daytime like monks, and nighttime with weapons. So you can see like so that's why you can see they forbidden the people to follow Buddhism. So the monk, he drove the car there in front of the administrative building of the government in the south of Vietnam, and he got out of the car and he burnt himself to react, to ask for the freedom of the people to follow Buddhism. And everything burnt, even the bones, but except the heart still exists.
One picture.
So that's called the relic of the monk. Yeah.
The koi pond and the rockery. They arrange the rocks to be a beautiful decoration. And one day the koi in the pond will jump over Heaven's Gate and become beautiful dragons. They do not eat them. This is the car used by the monk who burnt himself to ask for freedom of the people. Everything was burned but the heart.
Because the monks they help the Vietcong and Ho Chi Minh soldiers from north a lot. So in the daytime, the soldiers, they saved all of the hair. So in the daytime they like monks, but nighttime like weapons with weapons like soldiers. So it was so hard for them to differ who were like monks and who were like priests. So that's why they forbidden the people to follow Buddhism. You see timetable to study at the Heaven Lady Pagoda in Hue, the name of the city. 3:30 wake up and ring the great bell. 4 a.m. studying Kung Fu. 5:30 having breakfast, praying and chanting, studying Buddhism, having lunch, doing meditation, studying Kung Fu in the afternoon, having dinner, entertainments and relax, studying, ring the great bell again and go to bed. 3:30 to 9:30 for 70 monks living and stay here. Single nature and the stamp of the head monk in this pagoda. And if you'd like to be a monk in this pagoda, you can come here and ask the head of the pagoda, like I'd like to be a monk in this pagoda. So he would say, okay, you can stay here, for example, for a month, and he will observe you. And at the end, he would decide you could or could not to be a trainee in this pagoda. And some poor families, they don't have enough money to let their children go to schools. Education, medical care in Vietnam is not free, so you have to pay for everything. And so they can sign their children here. So half of the day they will go to schools to study general education. Half of the day they will stay here to study Buddhism. And of course they have to stay here. And at least when they're 16 to 18 years old, they would decide to be real monks or not. If not, they could return homes to live normal lives. Sometimes in the pagoda here, you can see some small monks. They still have some hair on their heads. It means they are trainees in this pagoda. When they are like 16 or 18 years old, they would decide to be real or not. Real monk or not. If not, they could return home to live normal lives. So you see some of the monks, they still have some hair. It means that trainees. When they decide to be real monks, they save all of the hair. It means they are very serious, and that's a very strong commitment in Buddhism, not for fun at all. We have other pagodas for the female. We call them Buddhist nuns, but in here only for male, only for monks. Yeah. They are vegetarian, no meat, and no girlfriends for life.
The monks are cooking. This is the kitchen. This is the residence of the monks. This is the Sala flower, S-A-L-A. I had to make a video of it so I wouldn't forget. For you gardeners, I know that you'll find this quite interesting.
We call it a stupa, the grave only for the first head monk in this pagoda. So when he passed away, they cremated his body and put a stupa over there to worship. Only 6 levels because only Buddha 7. And the pot on the top to receive the Holy Spirit from heaven to the ground. Good for his son. So it's like a stupa. But in the countryside, we still bury and put the bodies in the coffin and bury.
This is the stupa for the head monk. Yes. Good, good.
Được rồi, để cho khách tham quan.
Tham quan hả?
Dạ, dạ.
Đấy nè.
Bye. Guardians, fan club, Guardian. Feel free to share any photo experiences you've had as people have come up to you, and come back next time as we make our way through a local market before ending up in the Royal Palace.